Welcome to Tarot Me More special on the beach edition for Cancer friends. This is your singles 4-pillar spread here for the second half of April Cancer. Thank you for joining me. I hope you subscribe. It helps a lot. Appreciate everybody subscribing lately. It's been like a big boost, thank God. And want to get to 1,000 so we can do those live readings. It'll be a lot of fun. And I've already shuffled, put a little energy on them, Cancer. Here we're looking at your soulmate. This is the one that's right for you, like you're right for them. And not your next ex-problem, your next ex-wife, ex-husband. We want to give them room to come in and get to know them a little bit. And we're looking at their emotional, intellectual, sexual, love, and lifestyle and core value. 4 pillars. Okay? See if we can get a read on your person, guys. Hola. Okay. Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups. This is in their emotional life here, so a little bit of a different read, but imagine the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. Definitely an emotional person. Definitely dealing with an emotional person here. I know you can't always see that. Trying to focus today on the beach some. Earlier the pelicans were out feeding. It was so cool. I just figure people want to see that. Emotionally, intellectually, strength in the Ace of Swords. Okay. I'll stop here for a minute and we'll do the sexual love nature here. And we'll go on and do their lifestyle core values. But, wow. And everything's kind of where it belongs here because cups are emotions. So, very emotional person here. And I don't like see a bad childhood. I don't know what stories they might tell you right now. I'm thinking. But, they're going to speak emotionally. Like, they're going to say, that makes me feel good. Or, how do you feel about like that? Or, and they may be touchy-feely. Because this is so emotional with the cups here. Being a Knight of Cups. Definitely going to be a water sign moon. So, Cancer moon. Could be a Scorpio moon, Knight of Cups, Pisces moon, something like that. They're going to listen more, I think. And with the cups there, very sincere too with the Ace of Cups. So, so emotional. It's like comes to mind like somebody that's like they might cry really easily. I get a Cancer moon. I mean, for a guy, man, I cry like it's ridiculous. But like when you meet them, they might just start crying, and maybe that's just the way they are, Like they're super sensitive, and they're very sincere. Is what I wanted to say with the Ace of Cups, and with the Knight of Cups. So this is a Knight of Cups. They don't mind expressing their energy. That's why I'm saying they might just cry. And they're definitely going to be expressive emotionally. They're gonna more. Here's the thing: like as you're talking to them, watch more. They're gonna say how they feel about things than what they think about things. So you could be like blah 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 in my life, in my past, in my marriage, and they'll be like, oh, that makes me feel so sad. Wow, that makes me feel so hopeful. That makes me feel so glad. Instead of like giving you some considered opinion. Because with the strength and the Ace of Swords and the intellect, they gotta be a Mensa type person here. And think about having an ace up your sleeve. This is what I'm thinking of, right? You don't show it, the ace up the sleeve, till you need it. That's the whole point of having an ace up the sleeve. So they have the kind of intelligence when you're really intelligent, I think it's kind of rare, that comes with if not a modesty, at least a quietness, not wanting to show it off in any way, their intelligence, not needing to. Um, and the way that might be is, I think with all these cups and the emotions here, they really listen. And this could be like their strength too. And because they not only listen to what you say, they listen to what you mean. Um, when you're speaking, they're listening internally. They could be an empath, a psychic, that kind of thing too, drawing this kind of energy. Definitely highly intuitive. So they're listening to this intuitive uh, tangent that happens when you're speaking. So, but they're listening. They're not going off on a tangent. They're bringing in to whatever you're conveying to them. It's an experience. They're not just listening, they're experiencing you. So that means like feeling you. That's why I say it could be that empath feeling. So they're not going to be a person who's going to want to be around someone that makes them feel bad. You watch, if there's a group and there's someone, I mean, they'll probably get up and leave if there's somebody bringing bad energy to them. But also with the Ace of Swords, underneath the strength, this is the classic person, man, that they just come across as self-contained and strong and emotionally whole and just, nice. People could be drawn to them with this, but when it's necessary, um, they can be the lion. They have a bite. And when they bring out their Ace of Swords and play it, it's going to be Three of Wands here in their sexuality, Seven of Cups. Yeah. People might be surprised by them, what they can do, when roused. Okay, put that way. So you may see this if you touch upon something that's as you're talking to them. Mind you, that's your person. There's nothing toxic here, or anything like that. They may fire up and push back a little if you hit something that is important to them. You know. But I feel like too, when they use their intellect in this way, when they're challenging and stuff, um, they would do it in a very high vibe way. They wouldn't do it in just to waste time or to ego something. It almost like have to be a purpose to it. Like they might literally bite their tongue, seeing that the person is ignorant, for instance, and they don't even want to bother wasting their time saying it, let it go, or they just move away or something. So if they do this, if they bring the sword out, it means that they're engaging with whoever that is. So you may see them do this with you in some little way as we go along. And it's just that place where, I had a guy I worked with, kind of a co-manager, and he was the nicest guy. And I only known him a couple months, and we went to a big meeting. It was really important. And holy shit, did he step up to the plate. And I was so impressed. He was so assertive, so appropriately assertive. And he just shredded these people who were dicks, but in the coolest, most mature, high vibe way. That's the feeling I get from this person here. It's like, you don't realize, you think you're dealing with a cat, but you're dealing with a lion. But you never know it unless you do something that makes the lion come out, which you probably won't do, so it's not going to be an issue. Six of Swords. This is in there. Energy with justice. Energy with justice. This is for their lifestyle and core values here. Six of Swords and justice, guys. I'll go with that. Look over the sex here for a minute. Make that last. But the Six of Swords and justice. Well, conscious point. This is that moving away I said that they do, because you always see in your lifestyle core values, your, of course, emotional and intellectual nature comes through. But they're quick to move away from that which doesn't serve them. Let me say it that way. They are quick to move away from that which does not serve them. Remember that for later. Put that in the description, because that's what I'm talking about. Okay, with the strains and the cups here. If there's something going on, it's a low vibe, and they don't like it, they're going to move away from it. So this may be a pattern they've had their whole life. It's a healthy kind of instinct, you know. And with justice here, the Libra card, could go with their judge, but maybe they're in some position where they can make decisions for other people, in government, in an organization. Often you can be in that position. But I think they take it very seriously. They take the balance very seriously, the balance of their whole life, and they're always ready to move away from anything. They're always ready to move their hand away from the hot stove, like they'll be the first one to step back from the full fire before you get singed. Other people might stay there and wait a few more minutes, try to sit it out. They're already moved back a couple feet. And so this could give them too an ability to sort of anticipate, be sort of on the cutting edge of things. If they're a little bit older, don't see an indication here that they're particularly older. Kind of indicates that they're 20 something, if anything, not exactly. So they could have a good instinct for things, like the zeitgeist, how society's going. Good read. So it could be advertising too. With justice, being able to bring in the big picture, see both sides of things. In terms of core values, in terms of American politics, it would equate to kind of a moderate energy. They're not going to want to give too much energy to one thing or another, because they understand that to be balanced, they have to give equal energy to all the things that are important to them. And they're all about not giving energy to anything that's not important to them. Okay, you're going to be important to them, so they're going to be carving out, like, let's put it this way, it's a good way to look at it. Okay, if they have something going on in their life and it seriously interferes with the relationship, they'll be the first one to pull the plug on that, if they have to, in favor of the relationship, because they're going to want a fair and balanced relationship. And they would then move away from this other thing that's taking away from that, which would be you. That's good. Now, sexually, with the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles. No, it doesn't mean they want threesomes. Earth sign Mars comes to mind. Probably a Capricorn. So kind of grounded here. A little bit practical. There's a strange mixture, because I see the 7 of Cups as being kind of romantic, like overly romantic. The illusions and delusions. But here, it's not going to be quite the same. It's going to come out sideways with the 3 of Pentacles. It's like they work at sex somehow. It's like a Capricorn Mars. Like they take it like seriously, almost like it's work. And there's like this is your person, so it's not bad. A little bit of a mercenary sense to it. It's not real romantic. It's almost like this recognition that sex is something that you need, and it's okay, and it's valuable, and again, they're very into what's right for them, what's balancing. They're not going to waste a lot of time on anything that doesn't balance them. So they maybe want to put that into perspective too. But it's like once they're in the bedroom and once they're making love, I see them kind of opening up. I mean, you could kind of see this. It's almost like a chakra experience here. Like it's like a opening up. The sex here, it just sort of opens them up, almost maybe when they come. And there's like this explosion through the crown chakra. It's like this groundedness that they have. Um, so they may go through this process where it sometimes it's this kind of thing that we often don't. It's hard for us to even describe. Um, but they may go through this process where sex is always kind of just astounding for them. Like they kind of have this practical sense about it, but then when it happens, it's almost like this is like just blows their mind. It just blows their mind. And the Seven of Cups too, sexually, is that aftermath of sex, and you're laying there, maybe you're side by side, and you're sweating, and they're heaving and breathing heavy, and they're gone for a minute, and they're just like in a long swoon. They're like, oh my god, and it's like they never quite connect up that incredible feeling like with sex, because they just go back to, it's like they forget like how good it is, huh? um, some process like that. So they want to take their time, I think, too, like when you're making love, not a passionate, your clothes are off and you've already come before you hit the bed and the door slams shut behind you, not that. Taking your time, setting things up, you know. But then when it happens, it's like, man, they get really into it, and they may lose themselves. This isn't bad here too. Um, Maybe that losing themselves experience, since they're so emotional, that's why it hits them so hard, huh? All this Page of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So then sexually, um, they really disappear into that unspoken, unconscious place, the little death orgasm. No, wow, thank you guys, and that's your read for the second half of April, Cancers. Thank you guys.